There are the lineups. And last game, people fell as if St. Louis kind of stole that from the New York Mets. But it is pouring down rain again. It has been an ugly weather series. But now New York and St. Louis are ready to go. Look at the fans. They're ready to see them go to the Division Series. So St. Louis beat the Mets 3-2 in Game 1. And Game 2, all 3 games will be in St. Louis. And we're ready to go as New York had a really good Cardinals, Steve Carlton for the Cardinals against Guzman. So Steve Carlton will start off. He is really good. He doesn't walk a lot of people, and he's not going to get a lot of base runners to New York. This might be a sloppy game because it is in the rain. Now Verba, who had one great game in center field. He saved the run possibly by diving after a ball last game. Leon Jones will start out, and here's Carlton. Starting lineup here, and the next one up will be Ken Boswell. Dalton with only 2 pitches at first. That'll be high ball 1. Grip is big. Sometimes the ball can get away from you if you're a pitcher or a fielder. It can be a little hard sometimes to pick up. That'll be on the ground. Should be second and first. They got to straighten it up to out. You got to run hard because you take away those seconds that they have. Now you're a new play there. You need to take away those seconds that they have when they get the ball. You can't let them go. You have to throw it without a good grip. They know it. That'll be a strike on the outside corner. Every inning is different. You never know. About the Cardinals and scrapping. Harrelson will get on first, and Manny Sword. The base runner is big, and any run is big. As Steve Carlton is Harrelson.
The first baseman, number 7.
We'll get on, and here's that Cranepool. Ready. Oh, what a catch. Right at first base. Wow. That could have gone on, and we go to the bottom of the first and cement something. And Cardinals. Size for Haig and Melendez. Here's Jerry Guzman. You can't trust the regular season stat.
Really got
Remember, St. Louis won the League Series lead. And if they will win today, they will play the Pirates. The next round, Diablo 1. Tied for the last game, 1-4. Simmons, Javier, Rock, Verba, and Kubiak. Well, your lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. Bottom of the first, here's Joe Hank. 500.
Oh!
Low ball one.
1-0.
Joe number 22. And if St. Louis wins again, but the series 2 games to none in the sweep. And fouled off. That way we could have eliminations. Hank had a good play at first. He's hitting 500, but seems to be a swing.
One more. Great.
Track him out. That's going to be 1 out.
Batting first, the right fielder, Luis Rojo.
That'll be on the ground, 2 outs. Throw to first, that'll be 3 out. We go to the second inning. Mets and the Cardinals.
Leading off the bat, the right fielder,
There's Kenny.
Singleton.
Ken Singleton, it is raining now. It's hard to keep it going throughout a baseball game, but now you got a pitch clock. So here we go. Dalton. runner on first. 2 outs. Here's Aspromane. Bottom of the lineup for New York. A 1-0 Cardinals series lead. Aspromane will be fouled back 0-1. Was 0 for 4 with the strikeout in the last game. Not the best. The Cardinals have a very good pitching lineup. Bob Gibson, Steve Carlton. And fouled off. Wow, that goes foul for what's called a foul bomb. 0-2. Pitch. No, inside 1-2 does not get
1
that.
ball. 2 strikes.
Colton Aspromante now. Here comes Carlton. And fouled away. Aspromante. There's Steve. And he fouled back. He is still on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of the second inning. 2 outs.
Good team.
It'll be 2-2. Carlton has had a lot of pitches. He's 30, and now he wants to go to number 31. He didn't like the call. But it doesn't matter. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. We go to the bottom of the second.
Leading off
It's
the
raining
fourth
sloppy
base,
base by
the
Austin.
third
Feeling
baseman.
the rain.
Joe
And your absolute better baseball team, Jerry Kuzman. That'll be outside 1-1. The strike zone is expanded. Here's Joe Torre. I just feel, better grip, better throwing, better everything. You gotta earn everything. Better running, better hitting. Everything. You need everything in the rain. And I don't think it evens anything out. I think it's a bigger
Nope.
I think it's a bigger spread. It's raining now. Forecast is to be clear during the World Series. 1971. And Simmons. Second inning. It's going to be 1 out, nobody on.
the catcher.
Corey could get on. Here's Ted Simmons.
Simmons.
Ray Koopman only strike out on the second 1 out. Minutes over 30. That'll be on sharply hit on the ground. Short the first. He'll get me out there. You can't. I see there's
Batting
no
fifth.
big. It looks.
The second baseman.
But I'll tell you what, there's a higher percentage of balls where that people don't realize how far of a throw that is because they make it all the time. And when it's raining, that's an extremely difficult throw. But you're looking at the best of the best.
Ball. Inside.
That'll be a ball inside to Julian Javier. Wondering why it isn't Julian Javier. I don't know. Maybe it's an anglicized name. Julian Javier. 333, Jerry Kuzman. That'll be outside, 3-0. Lou Brock, he's very quick. And 0 for 3 in the last game. Plate appearances. And Jerry Kuzman now. Baseball's a game of stats. They walk him in 4. Javier will go to first, and here's Lou Brock.
Batting
With
seventh.
Brock,
The
he's
left
still
fielder.
first.
Lou.
Two out. That's 1 on, Bob to the second, but again, that shortstop throw. People don't realize how hard it is. That'll be a strike on 1. Lewis quick. This guy, if he gets on, but the problem is when you have a guy in front of you, you can't take the extra base. And if he's slower, the guy can't score for the first. Like you might be able to. That's going to be a high pop fly, right field. Camped underneath, and caught 3 out. Well, we go to the third inning. It's the Mets and the Cardinals, 0-0.
Leading off
Tommy
the bat,
Aggie
the
here
center fielder,
in the top of the
number
third inning.
1.
Aggie, Jones, and Boswell. Here's Steve. That'll be high and fouled away, 0-1. Remember, your winners will play. Your winners will play in the division series. Cardinals win, they will play the Pirates. If the Mets win, they're going to play the Pirates. It's a straight bracket. That'll be on the ground. Third to first, one out. And again, that's a 40-yard throw right there. Maggie is out, and now we're going to go back to the beginning of the lineup. Torrey and third, what a throw. And here's Cleon Jones, 0-1. Rounded out in the first inning. The third one out, bottom, that's going to be 1-0. Cleon Jones. Pitch here, and it's going to be outside 2-0. I love doing these division series. I really do. This is a good game. Here's Steve. Cleon Jones. Here's Ken Boswell. She was walked in the room. Watching the room. Whatever happened, he's blocking. Boswell's 0-1. Carlton now. 1-on, 1 out, top of the third. The Cardinals lead the series 1-0. A win here. The Cardinals play the Pirates. Cardinals are a fourth seed. They would be the wild card seed. They're in the National League East. Here at Mets are the fifth seed. On the other side, you have the Dodgers and Atlanta, both in the West. So we are really doing division series. Look at this. He throw to first. He's got to say. Division series, it just matched up like this. We're on the other side, it's Kansas City and Boston, and the Yankees in Detroit. Detroit was, I believe, the East. American League East. 2-2. That'll be fouled off again. It's not getting the oomph he needs to get the out. And
Leading off for St. Louis,
Burba. Sorry,
the 7th
Kubiak
baseman,
and Sizemore.
number 15.
Here's Bob Burba. Here we go. Jerry Kuzman. That'll be a strike there. Last week, Burba was over 3 in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss. It'll be 0-2. Bob Burba hasn't had a hit all postseason. Very good defensively. There's his first hit, and it breaks the no-hitter. So both teams have a hit. And Burba gets a single, and Jerry Kuzman will have to. Well, he's going to have a runner on, but nobody out. And let's see how this is. So Burba was an inside pitch. TC fastball, and there it is. Burba defensively gets his first hit of the postseason. And here's Ted. Let's see what Kubiak can do. Do you do small ball or what do you do? The 3-2 was the score of the first game, and that's going to be a strike. I didn't like that. But good hitters can put that out of your head if it's a take sign. Oh, methadone for life. That race earlier was one of the most unbelievable things. The ending with the back, incredible rep at the end. This will be the last week. I move out on next Saturday, but Thursday all my stuff is gone. At least done by then. We're going to have a data dump of game here to but I am Thursday. I'm going to have a data dump of games because on Thursday I move out and they're going to take everything. So I have till Wednesday to broadcast this round. Kubiak, ball 4, and it's going to be 2-on with nobody out. And you can feel the tension. Here's Teddy, flew out in the first. We're back up to the start of the lineup. Bottom of the third, nobody out. Jerry Kuzman, can he get out of this? High ball 1-0, and whenever it is, this is where the pressure hits you because people remind you that you're losing and you're in a jam. And that hurts mentally, and baseball is a mental game. There's a base hit. They might score a run. Let's see. They're going to throw home. Oh, what a play. They get him out. Oh, my. Oh, what a play. Oh, they love that. Watch this. He threw home, and good night. Oh, yeah, he got him. Barely. Burba could not score, and it's bottom of the third, 2-on with 1 out now. You can't blame them for going when it's a battle of inches, and you just never know. Oh, unbelievable that. This is good, and next year I'm going to have football, the Action PC League, and that'll be the best, the middle, and the worst teams. But I changed the football and the worst teams to the Pewter Rugby League. So here we go. Right now it's going to be 2-0. 1 out, 2 on. Kuzman having trouble. 3-0. The catcher wants him to settle down. Luis Melendez is on deck. A ground out in the first inning. Joe Hay, go for 1. Bottom of the third, 3-0. Oh, they call that a strike, and it was a bigger call than you'd expect. You might have had bases loaded with 1 out. So Joe Hay, go for 1. Here's Jerry Koosman. Oh, and he walks him anyway, and the bases are loaded with 1 out, so it was just one more pitch. So now he goes. This is Luis Melendez. Now there is methadone for life. There is a way to do that, and you got to follow. You just exit to the pits, go into the monitor, and watch on that. That's going to be 1-0. Bottom of the third, 1 out. Kubiak on third, Sizemore on second, Haig on first. We still don't have a score in the bottom of the third inning. The 1-0 pitch to Melendez. That's got to be a base hit. One will score. Let's see if they go home. The throw home. And it is safe. It's 2-0. Safe. It's 2-0 here. Melendez with a 2-run RBI. And St. Louis has a 2-0 lead. It's the first elimination score, believe it or not, we've had in this wild card round. And 1 out now, bottom of the third. You can't do percentages right now in the third inning. High into left field, it's way back, and caught. It'll be 2 outs, and they throw it in. And nobody goes up. He should have gone. So it'll be 2 outs, 2-0. Ted Simmons will be up 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second inning. Oh, how big this is. Bottom of the third. And that'll be fouled back. So here we go. It's going to be 0 for 1 today, Simmons. That's going to be a strike. So it'll be quickly 0-2. When you get momentum in baseball, the thing is you've got to get it here because every inning is a reset. Every single inning is a reset. You pull people off base, and you got to do it all over again. The 0-2 on the ground, and maybe a base hit, and it will be. Are they going to score? The throw home, and it'll be a safe, and it's 3 plays at the plate. He's 1 for 3. It's 3-0. Wow. Remember, Carlton hasn't had the greatest in the world, so Sizemore, and that is very big for him. And we go here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's Julian Javier. Jerry Koosman, 44 pitches, bottom of the third, 3-0, St. Louis. And that's going to be a ball up high, 1-0. Julian Javier. The Mets need to quell this and get on their own run. Remember, St. Louis kind of stole game 1 late. And anything is possible, especially for the Mets. That's going to be a strike, 1-1. World Series winners. 2 years ago, the Mets looked good in game number 1. It was stolen from them. St. Louis good. They were really good at what they did. They really clutch. And that's going to be ball 2-1. And they took game 1, and that hurts in a 3-game series. When you have a game stolen from you, the buffer zone is just absolutely gone. You need that with the insurance game. When you dominate, you got to make sure you win, because if you give up a dominated game, you know you're going to have a weaker game. That's the thing of baseball. So 2-2, bottom of the third inning. The pitch. High pop fly. Will they be able to get it? It's not going to go out. And that's going to be caught, 3 outs. We go to the fourth inning. The Cardinals 3, the Mets nothing. Top of the fourth inning, Melendez and Simmons. Melendez had 2 RBI, Simmons had 1. And here's Steve Carlton, who has not been the sharpest. He gave up a couple hits, but he has a lot of pitches on him. He might start. Wavering, we never know, and then you got a bullpen. So here's Carlton now, top of the fourth. And that'll be fouled back, 0-1. Ed Kranepool will be up. So here's Eddie. High and fouled it off. 0-2 top the fourth inning. Oh, that'll hit the ground maybe, and it will. So Creighton gets on, and this is what we're talking about. You know, it's not like yesterday's slow game, well, low-scoring game. We see a little bit of cracks. It could mean high scoring and bullpen. Whenever you have bullpen, anything can happen. Top the fourth one on with nobody out. That'll be on the ground, and it hits the ground. They'll throw to second. They get one, and he's safe there. I don't know if he got the one at second, but that was a crazy play. Creighton is out. Singleton is on first. And Gene Kleins, he struck out in the second inning. You wanted Carlton to have a quick inning, and he's kind of having it. 1 on, 1 out here in the fourth. And that's going to be a ball outside. Top of the fourth inning, 3-0 St. Louis. New York needs a run or so. And inside 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Steve Carlton. 60 pitches so far, 0 for 1 for Kleins. Inside it'll be 3-0. We haven't even seen the biggies. When we go to Cambodia in August, we'll see the biggies. And that's going to be ball number 4. Yeah, when you see the biggies, 2 on with 1 out. Here's Duffy Dyer. That would have been a double play maybe in regular weather, but in the rain, that was difficult. I was surprised they went to second. Here's Duffy, reached for that one, 0-1, and that's a big reach. 0 for 4. In the last game, it's a dire situation right now. Remember, Duffy in that last game, they had bases loaded, and he had like 7 base runners, and nobody came in under his watch. He has 2 today. It's going to be 0 for 2, 1 out. 0-2, and he strikes out 2 outs. Duffy Dyer is having a tough series. He's the guy that is getting all of the base runners and not producing. That's a 3-pitch strikeout right there, and Dyer will sit down. A very big one, you could see. Dyer misses. High and jammed. He should get out of the inning, and he does. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Javier with the catch in the rain, and it's 3-0. So here's Lou Brock, and this is very big. Lou Brock flew out in a second, but he is a base stealer, and if Lou Brock can get on, Lou will run the bases. There's nobody in front of him. There's Lou, fouled it off. If you're New York, you got to just keep going. Keep pounding away. Lou Brock, and they're going to bunt, foul, 0-2. Bottom of the fourth inning, nobody out, nobody on. We've had base runners every inning, almost. Brock, and that'll be on the ground. Oh, and it is wet, and it hits the ground, and it's going to be a base hit. So Lou will get on. They're going to say base hit because of the weather. It's going to have to be an obvious error for it to be an error, and Bob Burba, 1 for 1. That's going to be a strike. As Burba singled in the third, Jerry Kuzman. Here's Bobby. Bottom of the fourth. They throw to first. He's going to be safe. He might steal second, and that's the thing you got to worry about. As Bob Burba, 1 for 1 on the day. Kuzman, 53 pitches. And the next one, that'll be fouled away. I think it's 0-2. Burba, he got a base hit last time. 1 for 1 on the day. Bottom of the fourth, the 0-2. Inside 1-2. You got one on, nobody out, and the last thing Kuzmin wants is another sort of inning where you want an inning where you can get out of it. The 1-2 bottom of the fourth. 2-2. He's not getting that curve to go in. Maybe it's a grip, maybe it's whatever, but it is 2-2. The pitch. Oh, he went after a 3-2. But it'll still remain 2-2 as he fouls it away. Burba is 1 for 1. This will be number 58 for Kuzmin in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch. Struck him out. 1 out. And Burba will go down. Kuzmin with a big strikeout. They don't want to go to the bullpen right now. That is not what you want to do. Not now. You don't want to go now. Not in the fourth inning. You don't want to burn your bullpen, and that's why this is a big inning. Because you have game 3, and they're back-to-back games. 3 in a row, and that'll be a ball outside. Ted Kubiak, bottom of the fourth, 3-0 St. Louis. We have an elimination score here. So Kuzmin now. Kubiak here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch. On the ground, could be 2. No. Why did I say that? You have a runner on second, there's going to be 2 outs. Here's Ted Sizemore, and you got to watch out. Lou Brock is very quick at second base. He's very, very quick. A base hit to the outfield might be a single, but Brock can come home. Remember, he was the all-time leading base stealer. It'll be, they call this strike. It'll be 0-1 here in the fourth inning. Ted Sizemore. And that'll be ball there, 1 for 2. On the day, Jerry Kuzmin. 1-1. Should be 2-0, but it doesn't matter. It might have been a strike early, I don't know. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that'll be fouled off to left field. Sizemore, bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-2. Oh, and he went after that one. Now you can't complain about anything now. The 1-2 pitch, bottom of the fourth inning. Little looper to right field, underneath, and caught 3 outs. The New York Mets will come up in the fifth inning. It's 3-0. So Aggie, Jones, and Boswell grounded out in the third is Tommy Aggie. He's hitting 9th. Carlton with 66 pitches. Top of the fifth inning, and here's St. Louis. Swing and a miss there. That's going to be a strike, 0-1. If St. Louis or New York, the winner of this series, plays the Pirates, that's going to be quickly 0-2. So Carlton wants a quick inning. He does. Inside 1-2. Tommy Aggie, center field. He made a couple really good catches. Aggie had that throw also to get the out at home. And now to be low, you're seeing the curves not working now. The weather's deteriorating. Struck him out, 1 out. So Carlton gets the first out. That's his 7th strikeout of the day. And Cleon Jones, top of the 5th, 1 out. Steve Carlton jacked him inside, underneath. Should be an easy out, and it is 2 outs. This is exactly what St. Louis needed. They needed to get out Melendez, who had 2 RBIs. And here's Ken Boswell, a strikeout and a ground out. So Boswell now 0 for 2, and here's Carlton. Very quick. That'll be a ball outside, 1-0. Boswell went 1 for 4 in the last game with a single. Here in the top of the 5th, already 0 for 2. And that'll be a strike, 1-1. Top of the 5th inning. New York trying to get on base. That'll be inside, 2-1. Steve Carlton. Top of the 5th at 2-1. Low, did he go? He did. They say yes. It was an attempt, and it'll be 2-2 now. Nobody on, 2 outs. Ken Boswell. That'll be fouled back. And top of the 5th inning. Carlton. 3-2. Single in the first inning. Three balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 5th inning. And that'll be fouled away. So the New York Mets need people on, and they're not getting it. They're down 3-0. They lose. They're done their season. Struck him out, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Well, we go to the bottom of the 5th now. The Cardinals have a 3-0 lead, and Carlton had a great inning. Here's Joe Haig, Jerry Koosman now. 66 pitches, bottom of the 5th inning. So Jerry Koosman, 3-0 St. Louis. 1-0 series lead, and that's going to be a strike. The New York Mets down 1-0. That'll be on the ground. Should take it 3 unassisted, 1 out. And Koosman needs to get in a groove. He doesn't want to struggle again. Luis Melendez, he's 1 for 2. He had 2 RBI. He had that single that scored 2 runs. And that'll be foul, barely. And I saw it hooking, and I'm like, maybe, but no. Last game he was 1 for 4 with a single. Right now he's 1 for 2 with a single. That'll be to left field. Underneath and caught 2 outs. A quick 5th inning so far. And Joe Torre flew out and lined out here in the bottom of the 5th. Jerry Koosman. Fly out, line out. That's going to be a ball, 1-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. Last game he was 1 for 3. High 2-0. Joe Torre. Third base today. He did play catcher. Catchers have to know, a lot of catchers, like Mike Scioscia, Joe Torre, a lot of them become managers because you really got to know the game and the pitching. You know the hitting, the pitching, you know everything. Situations. It'll be 2-2. Jerry Koosman. Bottom of the 5th inning. St. Louis 3, New York 0. Oh, he reached for that. That'll be 3rd to 1st. Should be easy, and it is. We go to the 6th inning. It's still 3-0 St. Louis, New York. The pressure to get some offense. Bud Harrelson, he singled in the first. So here's Harrelson, Steve Carlton, 80 pitches. And you wonder whether they're going to take him out earlier. He's going to get base runners. Harrelson, and it is hooking and a hook foul. And that's going to be a strike. 0-2. Bud Harrelson, Steve Carlton. That'll be on the ground. Should be about to get it. Should be easy. 1 out. So Javier with a good throw. It's really an underrated thing being a second baseman or a shortstop in the rain. You have all the things hit to you, and it can be tough. The shortstop a little tougher because of the length of the throw and the accuracy. And Cranepole 1 for 2 today, and that'll be a ball 1-0. Top of the 6th inning, 3-0 St. Louis. Nobody on and 1 out. Here's Eddie. Eddie Cranepole down. Oh, they call that a strike. It'll be 1-1. Steve Carlton. In the rain, the brims of the hat, very big. 1 for 2 today. A swing and a miss there, and it'll be 2 strikes. 1 and 2. Nobody on, 1 out to Eddie. That'll be fouled away. Look at the pitch count, 22 in the second, 23 in the third. And then Steve Carlton has been able to settle it down, and the Mets still don't have a run. That'll be a little looper. It is fair, unassisted, 2 outs. Now here's Ken Singleton. He walked in the second. And that's going to be a strike, 0-1. Singleton 1 for 3. So Singleton 0-1, and that's going to be a strike, 0-2. Top of the 6th inning, Kenny. And that's going to be outside, ball 1. One and 2. Steve Carlton to Singleton. Struck him out, and that'll be the end of the inning. New York is running out of chances. Their season could be over soon. You're going to have Simmons, Javier, and Lou Brock coming up. So here's Ted Simmons, a single and an RBI. Bottom of the 6th inning. And here's Ted. Low ball 1. McAndrew and McGraw in the bullpen. Tug McGraw might come in. You don't know for an inning depending on whether there's base runners or not. But you're going to have McGraw warming up. Here's Kuzman. That'll be to left field and foul. It'll curve. 1-1. They got to get people on if you're the Mets, but right now they got to stop this, and there's a base hit. Simmons will get on. Bottom of the 6th. So this is going to be Simmons. Julian Javier, 0 for 1. Swing and a miss there, 0-1. Bottom of the 6th. And it is Julian Javier, 1 on, nobody out. Big for the Cardinals. If they can move Simmons up there, it'll be a swing and a miss there, 0-2. Last game he was 1 for 3 with a single. And today he's 0 for 1. Bottom of the 6th. The 0-2 pitch from Kuzman. Low 1-2. Bottom of the 6th inning, Julian Javier. The big pitch. Outside it's going to be bottom of the 6th, 2-2. To Javier. On the ground, they get it. It might be a double play. 1-6-3, and they end it. They end the threat, and there's nobody on with 2 outs. Look at this. It was weak, right back to the pitcher, and he got it very easy. The pitcher is not always the best fielder. A lot of times they were the best athlete, but everything is... There's going to be Brock, and they're going to get this easy. we'll go more into that as we go to the 7th inning. Let me tell you something right now. Here's Gene Kleins. He walked in the 4th. And Steve Carlton. That's going to be a ball outside. So Lindsey and Santorini will be there in the bullpen. 93 pitches for Steve Carlton. That's going to be a base hit. Oh, right over and one on with nobody out. You got to worry. You don't want base runners before you exit a pitcher. So Gene Kleins gets on. Remember, Kleins in the first game had that RBI, a big one. And look at Kleins, he's going to get on, and now you have Dwyer, who's done nothing. Duffy Dyer, sorry, it's a Dyer situation here. His selection of batting has been terrible, and that's one of the reasons he struck out twice. He's had like 9 base runners in 2 games and has 0 RBI. Dyer has not had a hit all series. And the 0-1. Oh, and that's going to be to left field and fouled away. Quickly 0-2. I think everybody in the New York Mets are saying no double play. No double play. The 0-2 now, they need him on though. And out of it, there it is. Maybe a double play. 4, 6, 3, and they get him 2 outs. Oh, wow. Oh, so close. So here they go, and it's going to be a ball 1-0. Bramante, it's got to be tough when you have Dyer in there. Maybe defensively he's good, but if he comes up in the 9th inning, I don't know. This will be the 100th pitch for Carlton. As Bramante is foul, 1-2. Wow, did he get them out of a jam, Dyer did. You know, you have the top of the 7th inning, 3-0, 1 on, nobody out, and then you hit a double play. This would have been a double play anyway. And 3 outs. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cardinals are up 3-0. Burba, Kubiak, and Sizemore. Tug McGraw coming in. He wants to shut him down. They need to shut him down, and they know that. Already, he's pitched 2/3 of an inning. He wants to get some work today, and I think it's huge. Burba singled in the 3rd. And you're getting to a part of the lineup you need to shut them down. Bottom of the 7th inning. And Tug will be here. Tug to Burba, and swing and a miss, 0-1. So Burba's 1 for 2 today. Tug McGraw coming in for Jerry Kuzman. Low 1-1. If you're St. Louis, you want another run or 2 just to end it. You do. That'll be 1-2, the curve. Tug McGraw, we know, would play for the Phillies, but right now the New York Mets running out of opportunities. Little tapper. They pick it up, short to first, 1 out. You know, you would say they have speed, but the Cardinals made the World Series in '68. And they did it with a lot of speed, but now you have a mix. It's not the best team. Kubiak. This will be easy, 2 outs. They don't have the speed or whatever. They have a checkerboard sort of lineup. It's not doubles in speed. You have some power, some whatever. Here's Ted Sizemore. But you do have the pitching, too. Bottom of the 7th inning, Tug McGraw. And that'll be that. Short all the way to first. We go to the 8th. Here's Tommy Aggie. He threw home that one time. Steve Carlton is still in here in the 8th inning. They got 6 more outs to play the Pirates, and that's going to be a strike. Can New York, you can't think about number of outs now. You got to think about situation. High into left field. This one is back, but not long enough, and that'll be caught 1 out. Cleon Jones now. And it's going to be 1-0. And that's going to be 2-0, top of the 8th. Cleon, that's going to be a strike, 2-1. Cleon Jones needs to get on, 106 for Carlton. And that's going to be a ball. He's going to need rest. And that's the thing with Carlton, is they want to end this game now so they get all the rest so they can match up the Pirates and everything. Cleon to left field and underneath. That'll be a catch, 2 outs. And now with 4 outs to go, you can start, the fans are starting to count. Here's Ken Boswell. He struck out in the 5th. 2 batters, 3-0, St. Louis made the difference. Boswell, and that's going to be a strike. Top of the 8th inning. The 0-1. And that'll be fouled back, 0-2. It seems hopeless for the Mets, but you just never know. In the 9th inning, when your season's on the line, those are the 3 toughest to get. High ball 1, 1-2. Ken Boswell might be the last time he's up. And the 0-2, that's going to be strike 3. Didn't like that, but it doesn't matter. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 3-0 Cardinals. Jim McAndrew, this is the biggest thing in the world for him because he needs to make sure they get nothing. They have about 3 or 4 check marks that they have to do. Number 1 is no runs for St. Louis, and then you can worry about other things. Joe Haig, first base, and Joe with good defense tonight, a few unassisted. A couple in a row, remember that. Unassisted outs at first. Haig will foul it back, 0-1. McAndrew will be up. Haig, bottom of the 8th, 0 for 2. And McAndrew, high and fouled that off. And that'll be 0-2. Now, if you're St. Louis, you wonder, do you bring in the closer right now? That'll be a base hit in the right field, Haig. McAndrew gave this up. Well, they go to second. They get a favorable bounce, and he's into second. It's a double. And they're looking for even more insurance. Watch Haig to right field. Oh, my. Now all of a sudden, here's Luis Melendez, who had 2 RBI earlier. Bottom of the 8th, nobody out. McAndrew. And that'll be fouled off, 0-1. They could double sacrifice and go up 4-0. He had a single and 2 RBIs. Bottom of the 8th. Oh, 1. Oh, and it hits the ground. He's going to have to throw him out. He does not. First and third. He kept running, and that's why you got to do it, because in this rain, that was a rain error. He just went all the way. Oh, my. Oh, you're going to slow that down and say yes or no. Bottom of the 8th, first and third, nobody out. Joe Torre is up, and that'll be a base hit. It's going to be 4-0 now. And the fans are loving it. They're going to throw it in. And it's going to be second and third, 4-0, and McAndrew hasn't even gotten out yet. Joe Torre knows how big that is. Watch this, Joe Torre. They're going to intentionally walk because they know they can't give up another run. And Simmons has walked Julian Javier. 0 for 2. They're screaming MVP. I don't know if I would give an 0 for 2 guy an MVP. Bottom of the 8th, nobody out. He could break this thing wide open, and that's going to be a ball, 1-0. McAndrew, he is nervous. Bottom of the 8th. The pitch on the ground. They go to second, they go to first. He's safe. It's 5-0 St. Louis with 1 out. Yeah, see the extra grip because of the ball was wet, and that was it. He was definitely safe there. So Ron Taylor will come in. McAndrew, not a good day. It hurt. But here's Ron Taylor. He's trying to get the out or a ground ball. They need a ground ball pitcher. He goes around the edges. He does walk people. Bottom of the 8th, 2 on with 1 out. Here's Lou Brock. And that's going to be high ball 1. Lou is 1 for 3, singled in the 4th. He might, a double play would end the inning, but a fly ball. He's a ground ball hitter. He's a doubles hitter. And he can fly around the bases, but he got a man in front of him. That'll be 2-0. Taylor is pitching around the edges. He does walk almost as much as he strikes out. And that'll be a strike, 2-1. Lou Brock now, 1 for 3. Ronnie Taylor needs a strikeout here or a double play ball. Swing and a miss, and it'll be 2-2. Lou Brock, 1 for 3 today. The 2-2. Oh, and he fouls that away. Bottom of the 8th inning. The 2-2. On the ground, could be 2, 4, 6. Safe, and it's 6-0. Lou Brock's speed, I thought that was cleanly fielded, and Lou Brock beat that out. Look at this. It was right there, but Lou Brock's speed, one of the fastest guys, and also the fact that it takes longer, and Lou Brock cleanly beat that out. 6-0, and St. Louis fans are ready to celebrate, but you know teams don't celebrate until the final out. Bob Burba now, and high ball 1. New York's going to need a miracle in the top of the 9th, and really you can tell in the first 2 batters whether that will happen. If they get on with nobody out, then you got a lot of people wondering. Burba in the 8th, and that's going to be a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Low 1. Oh, they call that a strike. It's 1-2. Bob Burba. You look, and right now it is. We're looking at this game. The Cardinals, the Pirates right now are watching this to see who they're playing. And right now it looks like St. Louis. The 1-2. And 2-2. 1 on with 2 out. 3 runs in this inning. And St. Louis is up 6-0. Barely foul. I held my breath on that. If that were fair, that would have been big. 6-0 St. Louis. Bob Burba from Taylor. And that'll be on the ground. Should be able to get it. The throw, and they do get it. Burba's out. 3 more outs for the New York Mets. They need 6 runs. And let's see. Carlton, will he be out there? Yes, he will. Bud Harrelson. Carlton, maybe a complete game shutout. Here's Bud Harrelson, 3 outs, and the Cardinals play the Pirates in the next round. Here's Carlton, and that's going to be a strike, 0-1. Bud Harrelson. Taylor and Patterson will be up. So this is Taylor and Patterson in the bullpen just in case Carlton has problems. Bud Harrelson is up, and that'll be on the ground. Should be able to get it. Torre to first, 1 out. Torre to Haig. And when you need 6 runs, that's a huge out. Ed Kranepool. Steve Carlton, 114 pitches. Ed Kranepool now. High pop fly, center field. They're about ready to party. Burba, 2 outs, and they're about ready to party. The fans are ready to play the Pirates. They want to bring them on. The Pirates will have home field no matter who they play. And here's Ken Singleton, 1 out away. They have a 6-0 lead. 1 out away from the, that'll be ball 1. 1 out away from the division series. Carlton. Oh, will it be caught? And caught it, they do it! And the Cardinals play the Pirates. They love it, and they know it, and they are celebrating, and they have reason to celebrate. Steve Carlton, a complete game shutout, and the Mets season is over. The Mets season is over. And the Cardinals advance, and they love it, and they are all celebrating. 6-0, a complete game win, and they know it. Look at them celebrate, and they know that was a big one. A 2-game sweep. They kind of maybe stole the first one, a very clutch performance, and this one, unbelievable. Carlton, the player of the game, a 4-hit shutout. He gets the winner. Koosman with the loss. For New York, Leon Jones 1 for 4. Kranepool 1 for 4. Kleins 1 for 2. He walked. He struck out. Harrelson 1 for 4. He struck out. For St. Louis, 2 for 4. 2 RBI and a run. Torre 1 for 4. 2 RBI. Double, an RBI, and he scored a run. Joe Haig 1 for 3. A double, and he scored 2 runs. And Simmons 2 for 3 and an RBI. Box score. Cleon Jones, Harrelson, Kranepool, and Kleins all with 1 hit. And when you take a look, Koosman gets the loss. McGraw, McAndrew, really, that hurt. And Ronnie Taylor came in at the end for the Cardinals. 2 hits for Melendez, 2 for Simmons. 9 on the game total. The RBI, Melendez with 2. Torre, Simmons, Javier, and Lou Brock. And there you see it, Steve Carlton. 10 strikeouts, 2 walks. A complete game shutout, only giving up 4 hits. And what a game for him. When you look at the analysis, you only have Steve Carlton for the Cardinals. There it is for the Mets. Here it is. There's Koosman, Taylor, McAndrew, only 8 pitches. Wow. And McGraw, they just did not have it today. For the batter analysis, here we go. That's everybody. Jones, Boswell, and there's Harrelson. Good Kranepool. Singleton, Dwyer is just Dyer, wow. He struck out twice on 9 pitches. And then he hit into a double play. That was tough. And that's the Mets for the Cardinals. Sizemore, Haig, Melendez, unbelievable, only faced 7 pitches. He was hot tonight. Torre had 2 RBI. Simmons, Javier, hit into a double play. Kubiak, Maxwell came in. Burba struck out, and there we go. They're the W's for walks. They're all legit walks. And that's going to be it. So, it's a straight bracket, so the St. Louis Cardinals will face the Pittsburgh Pirates in the next round. And as you see, there it is, St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will have the home field advantage. So far, no upsets yet. St. Louis tonight will be the Dodgers in Atlanta. Dodgers want to beat Atlanta. If not, then we go Boston, Kansas City, Detroit, New York, all winner-take-all games. The Dodgers want to sweep Atlanta. That would be big. All right, that's going to be it for us today. Have a great day. What a game. We'll see you later.